How it is? Right, okay. So as far as here goes, we need a grease-free, paint-free tow ball, okay, because this is to stabilise the hitch, which has clutch plates on the inside, which grip to the tow ball just to stop it rattling any excess movement on there, okay. Your handbrake is just handbrake off, handbrake on, just like a car, okay. Now as far as levelling the van goes, so from front to back, if it's up or down, we do that via the jockey wheel. Okay, so we just simply raise and lower that at the minute, and then we'd set about getting the steadies down. Okay. If it's side to side, it's off. Use pieces of wood. You know, like chock it up.
I've got a load of wood at home. I looked at buying the ramps, and I might get them in the future. But
stick with the wood, honestly. With the motorhome, I'd say get the ramps. It's a lot easier. With a van, it's because it could be that much.
Right, got you.
And then with a ramp, all you're going to get is that much. So then you're going to have to stick some under that side. So then you're going to have to be putting planks of wood under your feet in. So it's easier to pull them onto the wood than to push it on. If you understand what I mean?
Really?
So put the wood this side and then pull it up on, rather than because you'll be trying to rock it and it'll just keep coming back at you. It can be a nightmare.
So pull it on.
Especially if you're doing it with the car, because as you push this back, it will apply the brakes, so it's harder to push it back to start with. It will move, but then if you're trying to go up a piece of wood as well...
That's a good point then. So how do you reverse if that's going to apply the brake?
It will reverse, it's just slow.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't do it any damage, they're designed to do that.
Right, okay.
It's just, can you imagine if you're trying to push it upward as well, and it's already struggling as it is?
Got you.
Chances are you just push the wood out of the way. So, easiest thing to do would be to stick them that side and then pull it up onto the wood. Okay. Take it you've got them, or if you've got 13 pin.
I've got 13 pin.
Right, we do sell an adapter in the shop.
Okay, alright.
Stuart will give you a discount voucher today for the shop. So
I need to take that away with me now. What time's the shop close?
The shop is open as long as the store is.
Right,
so we can go and get that at the end of the handover, that's not a problem. Okay. Now your gas, that's your gas, your bottle that's been put in.
6 kilogram, is it?
6 kilogram.
Cool.
It depends how much you use it, depending on how long it lasts. If you've got the heating running and the hot water running, and you've got the cooker going and the fridge, everything's on the gas, it will just go pretty quick. Okay. If you just get the heating on initially on the electric, the heating will work perfectly fine on the electric. It's more your hot water you might want to run on gas, because it'll get there quicker.
Got you.
So say if you was to go use the van like on a day like today, I'd say stick to electric. Don't bother touching your gas. If it's freezing, run it on gas, because the chances are you're going to get in the van and you're going to want it straight away. Use the gas and it'll come a lot quicker. Okay.
So I've got another 10 kilograms at home, which I got given by a neighbour. So
what you'll probably find is you'll see a lot of people will get a longer one of these, you know, gas tail, and you'll find when you're on site, some people have the big massive ones at the side of the van. That's because they'll prefer to run off gas, so they know they're going to chew loads of gas, so they just get a massive one. But you'll find a lot of sites is when you're there, most people just have 2 of them. 10 kilogram one should fit in there as well. It's not much bigger.
I know. It's not much harder than that, because it's not got the big neck on it like that one has. The only thing is it's a BP one, so I'm just going to have to get an adapter to go on the top, because I bought it. Well, I got given it by a mate, and I bought a barbecue to go with it. So I've got a regulator, but obviously I need just an adapter rather than a regulator for it.
That's all you need. Because these have got an onboard regulator. These.
And the regulator's above the.
That's the regulator there. So all you do is just plug in.
Right.
And then
got
the regulator's below, so the gas sinks through the regulator. If you know what I mean. And as well, the red one's better to run on, because the blue one tends to freeze below 4 degrees.
Got you.
So the red one, you don't get that, and the blue one as well tends to be quite dirty.
Does it?
Yeah, you get like a lot of oil and dirt, you know, like inside the gas. It's as well like you'll notice there's some places where you can get the gas really cheap, and then there's other places you think, well, that's expensive, and you probably find the cheap one will be full of rubbish, it'll be full of oil and stuff, and then it blocks all your pipe, you know. It gets into all your systems, and it, thanks very much.
So might as well stick to propane.
Stick to the propane, it's a better gas, it burns cleaner, doesn't freeze. it's just better all round there.
Happy days.
Okay. So are you happy with the front end of?
Yeah, nice big space in there actually. Yeah, yeah, and I've got the so I've got 25-metre lead
Yeah,
there.
you've got a 25 metre. You've got your pink and your blue for your toilet.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a 2 into 1, so they go into your waste pipes.
That's
and then
grey
into the
water.
Yeah, your dirty water. Yeah. That's for the Waste Master.
Got you.
The lead that's in the Akerol there, that's my Akerol, but that's your lead that comes with the van into the Akerol, okay? And yours is there.
Yep, happy days.
Okay, so when you're set up on site, this is what
I need to do.
What this is what you'll be like. So, as far as your water lead, it's just that's it. It's got a little filter on the end.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay. So you just keep your eye on that filter. When it starts getting a bit manky inside, then just give that a change. But they usually last quite a while anyway. Okay.
Happy days.
So then you just stick that in there, then push that down, and that locks it in. Then.
Okay. That's a lot. Oh, got you.
There's a little lip there, and then it just stops it coming out.
Happy days.
This is for the water heater.
That has to come off when you're heating.
Yeah, on gas. If you run it on electric, it can stay on.
Right.
Okay. It's only if it comes on gas, you'll gas yourself
Right.
out. Okay. And then it just literally just sits on there like so. Okay.
Happy days.
Like I say, it's more winter you're going to want to run it on gas because you'll want it quicker. Or you might jump in initially, give it half an hour on gas, then just go to electric. Because once it's there, it's alright, it's just going to be a bit of a nightmare initially getting it there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Your fridge, you will find, I've got it running on gas, so you'll notice there's a bit of heat coming out of there.
Okay.
So if you run it on gas, what you might find in the middle of the winter, as weird as this sounds, it needs to get hot to get cold.
Yep.
So the back needs to be really hot for the inside to get cold. In the winter they struggle.
Yeah.
So you might have to run it on gas to get it, or you can get winter vents that go on there, and then they like help it get warm. If you know what I mean.
I get. So they almost restrict the cooling.
Yeah. So they block any cold air going in. So then the fridge gets nice and hot at the back. So they're just pretty self-explanatory. They just clip on. They only go on one way. You can buy them in the shop if you decide, or you can just run off gas.
See how we get on, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just a little air vent there.
Cool.
Okay. So your waste, like I was saying to you about them 2 pipes,
they go on
into there.
Why 2?
Because you have one for the shower and
Yeah.
one from the kitchen sink.
Okay.
So one will come from the shower and the kitchen and the bathroom sink, and then the other will come from the sink at the front.
Okay.
Okay. So then 2 pipes you've got. You see, it's 2 tubes splits into one in either side, and you just lay your Waste Master down here, and then just drop the lead into your Waste Master.
Straightforward.
With your Waste Master, you'll get to site and you'll see a lot of people will have it stuck underneath, and the wheels will be at this end, and the handles underneath the van. Now that holds 50 litres of water, and there's a fair bit of weight in it once you've got 50 litres in. So if you've stuck the handle under the van,
you're not going to get it out.
Yeah, you're not getting it out. And I see loads of people doing it all the time and then struggling trying to pull it out. The easiest thing to do is just lie its side on. It's not going to be a hindrance because it's going to be at the side where the post is anyway.
Yeah.
Doors on the other side, so your van's going to be right up against the post. You're going to be doing everything on that side. It's not going to be an hindrance to you. It's just. And another thing to remember, that's got 40 litres. The Akerol's got, the Waste Master's got 50. So if you've got to fill that, you've got to empty that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
It's just little things like that just make your life a lot easier.
Fair one.
Now, as far as your toilet goes, so there's your cassette. Okay. So in here is the blue chemical.
Yep.
So we just fill that up through there. It's just a cap full of blue and a cap full of water into there. That's all you need to do. And then that just starts to break down anything that you put in there. Okay. This has a little light, so when it's full, these have a little mechanism on it. So when they're full, that little float pushes into the thing up there, and then it lights up on the toilet, lets you know this is full. The flush tank is in there. I'll just get the key so I can show you. Just down here, you can see what the corner is. So it's just one key fits all on these Baileys.
Okay.
So in there, about 5 litres of water with the pink, pre-mix it and pour it in. There is a drain point there, so what you're probably best off doing, at the end of the breakaway, when you're finished, if you just pull that bung out, the water just fires out. So what I do is get, you know, like a funnel, like a little funnel for Mazda, only about 30p. Just hold the funnel, get a juice bottle, and just empty it into the juice bottle. You know, like the ones with the handle on the top, the 5 litres, and then just stick it in the gas locker. Next time you come to site, just tip it back in.
Right.
It's only water to flush the toilet. It's not going to go stagnant. It'll still smell fresh because it's got the.
Why'd you take it out to stop it from freezing?
Yeah, well, one to stop it from freezing, but that can slosh out into the van because it's just an open tank that sits.
So you don't
at the
leave
side
it full when you're running?
No, don't leave it full, because if you imagine, if you start hitting potholes and it starts sloshing out into the van, the water can get in between the van and the toilet and start sending this bit down.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so
Got you.
just drain that down at the end of the
Every
breakaway. It depends. If you're on site and you're 20-30 metres away from the toilet, you're only going to use this probably first thing in the morning or very late at night. If you're 250 metres away from the toilet, you're going to use it
a
more.
lot.
So just think, you know, like, look how close toilets are and then decide what you put in. Start off with a litre, see how you get on. If that's not doing it, stick a couple of litres in there, because you only need to press the handle twice, once or twice once you've used it to flush it. So it won't use a lot of water anyway.
Okay.
So you'll get used to that. That's just something that'll come with time. It's just the easiest thing to do. We'll just watch the video back on YouTube and just write a little checklist, and then just leave it inside the van, and then you'll get used to it then. Or laminate it and stick it on like a cupboard or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a checklist.
Yeah, and then have a little checklist. Laminate it. Just stick it to a cupboard, and then every time you get in the van, you'll have a little list to refer, and then it'll just become second nature to you.
Happy days.
Okay. Number plate, have you brought one with you?
No, I've bought my V5. They said
And your licence?
I've not got my driving licence with me. No.
You haven't got your licence on you?
No, I've got a V5 with me.
Right, let's speak to Stuart and see what we can do. Right, okay, so your legs are there to wind down your rear legs. Okay. You do get a leg winder with him, but we get an attachment like that. It's a
Got
19
one already.
mil. Yeah. By the time you've done one with a leg winder, you'll have all 4 down with one of them. Okay, so it just does well. If you do have to adjust the caravan side to side, the levelling, if it's this side packed up under the wheels, just put a little something under the legs, just because you don't want to overstretch them. Because if you lift the van up and then you overstretch the leg, and the leg's at full tilt, it's just asking for something to go wrong. So just pack a little bit underneath the legs and then just lower them down then, just to stop them overstretching. Okay. Then under here, we've got access to under the bed. Now, when you're travelling, when you're on site, you can have whatever you want in there. When you're travelling, it needs to be really lightweight stuff in there, because the van will be like swinging all over the road behind you. You'll be really tail end happy. So like bedding and stuff like that. When you're on site, don't worry about it. Get what you want in there. Just when you come to set off. And that is like a little tray, so you can use it as a little wet locker as well.
Okay.
Okay. Battery goes in there, it's your battery, and your mains. So your mains goes in there. With your mains, plug it into the van before and then drag it to the post.
Right.
If you imagine, if you plug into the post and you're dragging that across wet grass, you're dragging 240 volts across wet grass.
Good point. Yeah.
Okay, so if you drag it the other way, should there be a split in your lead, it's not going to blow you up.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Your door, just remember, is on a little catch.
Yep.
So when you've got friends around and they're having a drink, just remind them when they're on the way in, the door is on a catch. You'll be surprised how many of them we replace.
Yeah.
Where people just grab the door and bam.
Try and rip it off.
It's barn style as well.
Cool.
Okay. So we've got a dog. You can keep the dog in. Let the door open.
More the 2-year-old.
Well, yeah. And then behind there. No, it's not behind there. Where is it? There it is. Sorry. Okay, so it's 42 psi per tyre.
Okay.
Okay. The wheel torque settings, it's 115 newton meters.
Okay.
If you haven't got a torque wrench, just get your wheel brace on, just check that they don't move. You don't have to jump on it or anything like that.
Yeah.
They have been torqued in the PDI, and I'll do them now before you take the van. But
Thank
then
you.
after today, it will be down to yourself to be checking them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Alfred, you can pick a torque wrench up cheap in Alfred.
Yeah, I've got a few. To be honest, I'm mainly into my cycling, so I've got a load of small ones, like pissy ones, just for like 50 newton meters. So I need to get a big one.
Yeah, just get a big one.
Yeah.
You can, I think they're about 40, 50 quid in Alfred.
Yeah, they're not that much.
Silly like that. External 240 there, so you got power in the awning. Okay. That's your awning there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we don't give demonstrations on how to put the
No,
awning
that's
up.
fine. I've brought my sister with me for the first time out because she's a glamper, and she's put up every tent known to man, and she buys two tents a season. So, yeah, I'm gonna get her to do it.
What's she doing with them?
Oh, fuck knows. She's only a dental nurse as well, so it's like, how are you affording all these tents? Like, she'll get a little one so she can go away for the weekend, and then she'll get a massive one so she can like go away with friends, and then next year she'll be like, oh yeah, I need to get the next model up. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, oh yeah, I need an inflatable tent. Okay.
Ah, you've got one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thanks for the new binnet, actually. That's really cool. Happy with that.
Yeah, we can place that for you.
Cheers.
Want to jump in then? We'll have a little look round the inside.
Yep, absolutely. Is that one thing I didn't ask actually when I came here is that something that can come out and you can put a seating
I'd
there?
imagine at some point, yes, because I'd imagine that whoever had it before you has done this, but our engineer will have screwed it back in because there was an extra pillow,
Yep.
floor pillow and an extra back pillow.
Good, okay.
So whoever's had this before you has definitely been doing that.
Cool. Happy days.
So it's just a case, you probably find it's, like you see it's screwed to the wall there.
Yeah.
There'll be a couple of screws somewhere else under this. Can you see there the screws have been took out?
Yeah, got you.
So they've screwed it out there. So if you undo them screws,
Probably be able to get another seat in there.
slide that out. The cushions are already in the wardrobe for it.
Brilliant.
Okay. That has just like a little padlock there.
Yeah,
Like a
got
little old lock to stop that coming out. Okay. The rest of the manuals are all in there. So there is a manual which will tell you how to do everything that I'm going to tell you now.
Cool.
So we're going to start with your drain downs, so your hot water system, okay? So under here, see that little yellow switch there?
Yep.
That at the minute is now closed. If I flick that up, directly underneath where that is, right underneath the van, all the water that's in there will just drain out, okay?
Okay.
With this water system, you need to make sure everything is turned off until you've got water in it, because it's like boiling the kettle with no water in. So there's the controls. So when you leave site, you just need to flick that up, turn that off like that, and then the next time you get in it, it's not going to come straight on.
Yep.
Okay. The way we fill it up, we'd close that flap, put the water in like it is outside, come in, close that flap. Up there, you turn the water pump on. You can see where it says pump.
Pump, yeah.
Yeah, turn it on there. Then we'd come to the tap. We'd get the tap on the cold side. We'd run it till we've got constant running water. It'll cough and splut till it gets all the air out of the system. Then we'll come down over to the hot side. And then we run it on the hot side until it's constant running. It will cough and splut until it's got the 10 litres of air out, and then once it's constant running like that, that's when you know you've got water in there. Then you can start turning it on then, okay? And we do that by here. So if you just wanted electric, you just turn it on there.
Boom. Bottom one, yep.
Yeah, and that'll go to roughly 70 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want it on gas as well, the grey one at the back is on, and the front one is the thermostat. So if we run it on gas, we can thermostatly control it. On electric, it's all or nothing basically. So if I turn that off now, I could run that now and have the water running at 40 degrees. But the way it is, if you think you've only got 10 litres of it, so if you want a shower and you've got your water set at 40-50 degrees, you're going to use just hot water to have your shower. If it's set at 70, you're going to use hardly any hot water and loads of cold, so your shower will last a lot longer.
Right.
So it's for showering, you can just get it as hot as possible and it will last a
lot
bit longer for you, yeah. So like I say, what you might find in the winter is you might want to run it on there, and you might want to do that. Get it to where it needs to be until it starts spitting out hot water at you, and then just flick it off there.
There's no worries about running them on both at once.
No.
Okay.
The space heater, it's one or the other. The water heater, it can be both.
Right.
Okay.
Got you.
So like I say, if you want it a lot faster, get it on both.
Yeah.
If you're not fussed, you know, if it's a hot day and whatever, and you're not bothered, just run everything on electric and just let it do it. Let it do it in its own time.
Cool. Happy days.
Because what you'll find when you pay to go onto a site, you pay for your electric.
Electric, exactly. So just do everything off
Yeah.
electric.
So try, ideally, unless you go out in the middle of winter. If you go out in the middle of winter, then you're going to want to use a bit of gas because you're going to be waiting for ages.
I think I'm going to be using gas some of the time because I do a lot of triathlons and they just say, oh yeah, it's
so
just park in the field next door.
So you've got
just
no hookup.
absolutely nothing. That's the beauty of having a caravan actually, is that you can bring your home with you, so you can sort of almost be ready for the race without, you know, with all the amenities you need.
Yeah.
In the middle of a field.
Yeah. So then just run it on gas. So you just flick that one on like that. Just leave that off. Fridge. Run your fridge on gas. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And your heating, you can run that on gas. And then your battery. And then just limit what lights and stuff you use as far as...
That's off the leisure battery, right?
Yeah, that'll come off your leisure battery. So if you use just bare minimum, really, what you need and no more, your leisure battery will last quite a while as well.
Cool.
But if you go at it and you've got everything on, your leisure battery just go.
I bet.
Yeah, okay. But as soon as you plug into the mains, that'll start charging. So say if you do use most of the power in the battery and then you take the van home, plug it in, that'll just charge your battery up for you. Okay. So nextly, I'll just show you your consumer unit down here. So you've got all your 12 volt fuses there on that side, and then you've got your 240 systems there.
Okay, yeah.
So they're just like what you have in your house, and they're like what you have in your car.
Okay.
Okay. And they just tells you above each one. So as you can see, charger, lighter, water heater. So as long as that one's up, the second you plug into the mains, it will start charging instantly.
Yep.
Okay. Now, up here, this is pretty self-explanatory really. Master will turn everything off.
Yep.
Okay. And then lights, awning light, which lets you know there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then pump there, which is pretty self-explanatory. So that's to turn all the power on. Don't turn that on until you've closed that tap, because it'll start, if you leave that tap open, the van will think you've opened the tap there and it'll start drawing water in and just spitting it straight out. So you'll be thinking, well, man, what's going on? Why is all my water gone? Yeah, so don't turn that on.
Is that showing the voltage just of the battery?
Yeah, that's showing you that you've got 12, just under 13 volts in your battery.
So it doesn't show you the voltage coming into the van from the 230, it just assumes
No.
it's 230.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright.
It'll know, because when we unplug it from the 230, that'll drop down slightly,
Okay. Happy days.
and then you'll know. Everything's got a switch, so everything comes on there, but everything has got an individual switch, so you can just have which ones you want on, or your
okay.
lights.
Interesting, yeah.
These, like your spot lamps, they're all there on the side, just little switches on the side on your spot lamps.
Cool.
Now your heating system, the electric for it is there. Okay, so to turn the electric on, you turn it on there, then this grey one at the back, you've got roughly 500 watts, 1000 watts and 2000 watts. So if you think like your old electric fire, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, very similar setup to that. They're like a 2000 watt radiator, and then you can pick, you can have it at half, and then you can have 1 or 2. It's exactly the same. So you've got 500, 1000, 2000, and then the black one is the thermostat again, like that one is down there. Okay, so 9 being the hottest, whatever's over the LED is where it is. Okay, so 1, it's over the, if it's on over the LED, so that'll be on bare minimum. Okay, and then the circle there is off. So if we want to use the gas on that, this must be off.
Okay.
Okay. So the electric's now off. Now this side here is the blow heater, which is what sends it round the van. Okay, so this runs separate. So as you can hear, it's on at the minute. That's just drawing cool air in, because there's no heat coming out of the fire. It'll just draw cool air in and send it round the van. So in like summer, it acts like a fan. So, okay. So with this, that's constant. So that's how it is now. As you can hear, it's running. In the middle is off. That side is thermostat, so it'll kick in and out as the temperature goes up and down in the van. So say if we was running it on 1,000 and we had it on 5, once the van sensed it had got there, the blow heater would drop off. Then when it cools down, it'll kick back in. Okay, and then the speed 1 to 5 is how powerful the blow heater is.
Yep.
Okay, this side is the gas to get it working on gas. So if you look down there, you'll see a little pilot light. All you do is you turn it. Can you hear it clicking? You just hold it down till it stops, and then release, and you let it go. Yeah, then, and then you just look down, and you can see it working there. And then it's just a case of 1 to 10 on the temperature, and then you just use the blow heater as though you would on the electric.
So there's no automatic or anything like
Yeah,
that?
on the blow heater you can still put it on thermostat, or you can put it on constant, and then it will go up, kick in and out as the temperature in the van goes up and
But
down.
that's your thermostat there?
That's for the gas, yeah. So that's to control the temperature. That just controls it going round the van. Okay? Turn it off because we don't want to cook.
No.
So are you pretty comfortable with how all this works?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, so it's nothing too daunting really. My auntie's got a Bailey. I love these things. It's so easy. Gas cooker,
Yeah, straightforward. Happy days.
microwave. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Power setting on, off. Try not travel with that in there though.
Okay.
That is these can be quite expensive because they're lightweight but they're tough.
Yeah.
They're made of like a honeycomb material inside, and it's quite expensive to replace really. So I always put mine there, and then at some point someone's going to sit down and go, "What the bloody hell's that? Oh, microwave." I do it all the time. I always forget about it when someone sits on it. Draining board, chopping board, there. Okay.
Brilliant.
Sitting there like so. And, that sits
done.
there. Now your fridge. So mains electric,
Yep.
vehicle battery,
Yep.
gas. So
Got
you
ya.
can see I've got it on the gas at the bottom. The vehicle battery, if you want to run, you can travel with food in, but you have to get it cold first. So you'd have to run it on gas or electric at home, get it to temperature, then plug the car in, switch it to vehicle battery, and it will maintain, it won't cool it down, it will just maintain whatever temperature's in there. So if you get the fridge to a working temperature of 2 degrees, plug it into the car, by the time you get to site it will still be 2 degrees. But if you plug it in and it's say 8 degrees in there, you get to site it will still be 8 degrees, it won't go any cooler, it won't go any hotter. Okay? Now the way we get it, we just, so that'd be fridge off, mains electric, vehicle battery, and then gas. The way we get the gas lit is over here. So you see this little thing, so we'd hold that down together, so you can hear it clicking away. Just have to keep doing it until that goes into the green. Fails to light, turn it off, back on, see how it's lit straight away then. And you keep hold of that until that goes right into the green and stays there. And you know what's left.
Cool. Happy days.
So like if it won't light at first like it was doing it to me, turn it off, leave it off a few seconds, flick it back, hold it down again, hold that down so it goes into the green. And you once it's in the green, let go of that, keep that pressed down, give it about 5-10 seconds, then let it off and it should stay lit then. Okay? So like I say, you might need to do that in the winter, or if you, like you say, if you're going to your cycling events, you're going to have no mains hook up, you're going to need to do that.
Okay.
Okay. When you're travelling, you can lock it there and it won't open. Okay. Inside's just